Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your fix? Are you ready to get your fix?
Well, today we're not with the Wicks. We are with the one, the only, former Hall of Fame wide receiver, Randy Moss. Thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to get to a lot of stuff here on the show, being that Trey's not here, Randy. Myself, Moss is here. I had to pay straight cash, homie, to be in this position today. But I'm grateful. Like I said, we're going to get to that Green Bay Packers Arizona Cardinal game from last night. But before we do that, let me have the honor in introducing a new guest host on the show. This man is a former Packer, is a former Raider. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Woodson.
Here I am.
This man thinks he can guard me. Just throw it up. All right, just plain and simple. Throw that ball up. I'll catch it any day of the week.
I'll light you up like a Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, just like those Packers did last night, huh?
I swear that was a hell of a game,
That was
and
beautiful.
I'm glad I didn't pick against them because I really was freaking Colts. But you know,
Can't bet against your team, you know.
You can't bet against your team, but you know we got our own game going on here.
Well, yeah,
We gotta be
exactly.
smart, you know.
Gotta be smart. That was actually a pretty fun game for the most part, especially second half. First half was slow, kind of back and forth shots from both teams. I was like, all right, well, if this is gonna go this way, we might have a shootout. Maybe it's gonna be low scoring at the same time because for some reason, Green Bay found the end zone right away. Couldn't find the end zone again for 2 drives or 2 field goals after that or something like that, and then they finally hit the end zone twice or 2 more times after that. But I think overall this is a pretty solid game, but a brutal one at that.
It was a very physical game. A lot of hard hits, a lot of injuries, especially on the Packers side. And they came into the game with a lot of injuries, and that's what made me so proud in this game is these guys, backs against the wall, they came and got the job done.
Yeah, they did.
And had no excuses, they just came and did it. And I think that'll go a long ways coming later when people start getting healthy and the team starts coming together. I'm really excited now.
And that defense actually played really solid, especially with not having their defensive coordinator, Joe Barry, calling the plays. I believe, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was their assistant defensive coordinator or something calling the plays.
Really good job against that.
They did awesome. Stokes, he got turned around that first time against DeAndre Hopkins. That was...
Rookie versus DeAndre Hopkins, I wasn't expecting much, but he did what he could.
He did good, though. And then I think a big takeaway from this game would be that Matt LaFleur is a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Not even just him. I think Aaron Rodgers is a fucking genius. It's just insane what they were able to do last night.
And that being said, I think that LaFleur, after that NFC Championship game where he didn't go for it, I think now Aaron Rodgers is calling a lot of the red zone plays.
It kind of looked like that last night.
Where I think could be a problem, because last night you're on the 1 yard line and you don't run it up the middle with A.J. Dillon at least once.
Yeah,
that's what I didn't like. So hopefully they get that stuff figured out, just little things like that, work out the details. And
didn't they run the ball on that 3rd and goal too instead of opting to pass it?
I can't remember. Which one?
Like one of the last ones to put them from 24 to possibly 30.
Yeah, I think so. I think they threw it 3 out of 4 times on one of them and all 4 times the other one.
Okay. Yeah, it was a brutal game, fun game. Robert Tonyan has officially been ruled out with an ACL tear. That was a big, brutal hit.
Too bad.
Knee that was...
Him and Kylan Hill.
Kylan Hill, that one oofed. Full speed, head-to-head, or not head-to-head, head-to-knee, basically. See the knee go the opposite way. It was just... I was thinking instantly Teddy Bridgewater type injuries, stuff like that, and I was like, uh-oh. it's not good. And then the other guy was kind of down, and at first I didn't realize. I was like, well, why is he hurt? Like, but his fucking bam.
I was worried about him when I did not
He
like
just
how
stayed
that
down.
looked.
No, that was a brutal hit. But overall, hey, me, Charles, and Logan, who's not here today, he's somewhere. I don't know, he's sick or something like that. But I wish we could have seen his costume today. Probably would have dressed up as Baker. We
As
could
he
ask him
always
some
does.
questions. Oh yeah, you have to. And but we're gonna dive into some fantasy football. I'm coming off a loss. I have a one loss streak. I'm sitting at 2-5, still last. And then get your fixed fantasy football league kind of bullshit. I wish I had Randy Moss on my team. Maybe give me some points. Maybe have a good defense. But it is what it is. Right now I'm getting my ass whooped by Austin. He's beat me 22.8-0. But yeah, he had Kyler Murray play. Only scored 11.8 points. And yeah, that is actually a shocker.
That's going to be big.
That is. I'm glad I did not start him in one of my other leagues because I had him. I think it was him, and I think I had. Oh, I can't remember the quarterback, but it was a toss. Or maybe it was Jalen Hurts. Him and Jalen. And Jalen's been putting up 20-plus points every single game. I think he averages like 24 a game, so I was like, oh, I'll stick with Jalen on that one. But, yeah.
That's what I got starting this week.
Well, you're playing full Chubb, huh?
Yep. Coming off a win last week. 131-121 against, I think it was You're in Trouble.
Yep.
Right now I got the lead 1-0 after starting the Cardinals defense.
Man, I got you 1 point.
If that loses me the game, it was well worth it.
I think defense is also that one spot in your team that you're not going to. 3 points is awesome. Yeah. Even if you get plus points, I think it's and you're doing yourself a favor there. 2 C negatives.
We got Jalen Hurts, Ezekiel Elliott, Darrell Henderson. I heard that Austin Eckler didn't practice. Was it yesterday or today?
I think today and yesterday. He's kind of limited at this point. He's questionable, so I think he's going to be a game time decision. But for right now, I'd expect him to play, but at the same time, I'd expect the backups to get a lot of reps instead of him.
So that's why I went with Darrell Henderson there instead. Cordell Patterson's facing Carolina, and I don't know how many points he'll be able to put on them.
Honestly, after what Carolina did last week, kind of shit the bed there against, I believe it was the Giants. I want to say, I think Cordell he's number 3 for running backs. He's going to get a lot of receptions. I'd continue to roll with him until he proves otherwise. It depends on also who your other running backs and your flex player is at the same time.
Darrell Henderson and Ezekiel Elliott, and my flex is Mike Williams.
Okay, yeah, Mike Williams. He's an interesting target because he can either go off or he's not going to have anything.
Yeah.
But I think he's a good start so far. What is he ranked? 11th?
Yep. Or 10th.
10th. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, it's either him, CeeDee Lamb, Deebo Samuel, and DK Metcalf.
Okay.
I like the matchup with Metcalf versus Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. Hopefully he can get going because I didn't need him to do anything last week. He did all right. 16 points or something like that right off the bat.
Yeah, it wasn't anything high popping, but
I know in ESPN I think he had 16, which is only half point per catch.
17 points.
He had 17 here. Okay.
17 points.
Yeah, so he balled out. Let's see. I guess I have obviously I have Josh Allen and Diggs back. They had byes last week, so that'll be huge. They're playing Miami, who absolutely sucks. Division game could be a good one, but I think Bills are gonna take that one like it's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's see, Chuba Hubbard just have to start him. I don't really have too many backs except for I guess I got Dalvin, Chuba, and Leonard Fournette. So those are my 3 starters. I'd recommend starting them all. Maybe Dalvin. Dalvin's the risky one in that situation. Just because I'm not really sure how healthy he can stay on the football field. But it'll be interesting to see how this rolls out. I'm expecting to win. Obviously, I need that. Austin has 360 minutes left to play. I have 540, and I have 0 points. So most of my games are Sunday. For you, let's see what Logan. Logan, he's rolling with a good, solid team. You got the Browns defense, and the Browns play Pittsburgh. That's gonna be a fun game.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting game to see what kind of happens. For that one, but
It's gonna be a battle.
I really like that, especially with Titans, Saints. That's an interesting game as well. Basically we're at the point where there's a lot of byes, there's a lot of injuries, basically just go out there and figure out what the hell you should do with your lineup ultimately, because I mean, with all these people on IR, especially superstar Russell Wilson, Chris McCaffrey, Kareem Hunt, and George Kittle, all these people, Michael Thomas still isn't back for some odd reason. He might be out for another couple more weeks, and especially with the injuries last night too. I think a lot of people should be able to figure their lineup out, to the best of their ability. I think we have. Hopefully I win. Like I said, I'm sitting at 2-5. Austin's sitting at 5-2, second in the division. Who's number one? You're in trouble. No, J. Cole. Team Cole.
Wow. I beat him.
Yeah, he is 5-2 now. So he's tied with Austin, I believe. Yep. Him and Austin are tied at 5-2 right now. Him and You're in Trouble. It's a 24 for Team Cole, 26 for You're in Trouble. You're in Trouble had Aaron Rodgers play. DeAndre Hopkins got him 8 points, so not terrible. I mean, what can you do when you have a hamstring injury? I mean, I said it last night. On the show, I said, yeah, he might be limited reps. Well, you see him have that massive, I guess, catch, reception, whatever you want to call it, not touchdown because he got called back because of a face mask. And then his hammy got re-injured, so he really wasn't able to do much. But he has Darren Waller on bye. This man has got to check his lineups. I don't even think he has another tight end. No other tight end. He could be in trouble here. I think Team Cole might take this one. He has more people ready to play. Team Cole only had Aaron Jones put up 24 points. Hell yeah, that's a huge one. But I think we're in that point of the season. We're going into, week 8 now. That things should start molding the right direction. I think top 4 teams make the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go take a gander. Yep, top 4 teams make the finals to have the potential game or potential Super Bowl or Fantasy Bowl for the Get Your Fix Fantasy Football League, which as of right now would be projected semifinal Team Cole versus Full Chubb, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed, and the 2 seed versus 3 seed, which is Simp Dick 101 or Austin Hill taking on the fantasy football team with the owner of Y4 at 4-3. So if that is the championship, that's a pretty decent one, I think, for the most part. You guys just have to figure out a way to beat Team Cole again and Austin.
I beat Austin once too. I beat both them guys.
Beat them both. I think I've lost to both of them.
So yeah, I know what to run against them. I got a kind of a good understanding of a game plan to win those games, and that's what we're gonna do.
That's what you just gotta hope for. Go put out there, go put up 100 points in your fantasy leagues. If you guys need any help, don't be afraid to reach out. I can try my best, my darndest, to do so for your guys. Or for you guys. But now it is time to give you guys our Week 8 game picks. Starting with last night, we all agreed that the Green Bay Packers were going to win last night, in which they did in some spectacular fashion with a game-sealing interception where A.J. Green did not moss anybody. He fucking could not figure out where the hell that ball
got
went.
Mossed by the corner.
Basically what happened, corners over here, it is what it is. But like I said, it's time to give you guys our game picks. All of us chose Green Bay. We were all correct. Starting the week off on at 1-0. But now it is time to talk about the other games. So for the first game, we have. You're gonna have to. What's the first game there?
Atlanta versus Carolina.
Atlanta versus Carolina. That'll be a fun game.
Interesting game.
Logan he was not here with us again. If you just joined us, Logan is not here, but he chose Atlanta to win over Carolina. Who did you choose?
I chose Atlanta as well. I think that the offense is starting to click in Atlanta. Got some defensive problems where Carolina, they look like they're in trouble. Kind of the same situation that Dolphins got going on.
And Carolina could be fine too, obviously. But I think Gilmore might try to play this week. We'll see how that all rolls out. But yeah, I have Atlanta as well, and just for the simple fact that, like you said, Atlanta's starting to figure stuff out on offense. Cordell Patterson's going. Mike Davis, they're figuring out how to use Mike Davis. Kyle Pitts is finally balling out back-to-back, I believe, 100 yards receiving.
Matty Ice is starting to look like Matty Ice again.
He is starting to look like. Right at the beginning of the season, it was kind of, I think almost the last couple seasons when he starts off, he starts a little rocky until he finds his...
Might be time, and then he's like, shut up.
He's like, all right, I just need to stretch out a little bit, get these guns going, but Yeah, Atlanta's looking like a good team. They can do some special things. I think they beat Miami. Was it last week? I believe they played Miami,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. Let's go take a gander. Yep, they played Miami last week. So, I got Atlanta. He has Atlanta. Logan has Atlanta. Let's move on. Next game, Miami at
Easy.
Buffalo. Easy pick, like he said. Who do you got?
Buffalo.
Logan has Buffalo as well. I have Buffalo. Like he said, this was an easy pick. I mean, Miami's looked like shit the past couple weeks, so they got to figure out. Tua's struggling. Defense is struggling, so we'll see if Xavier Howard decides to depart and come over to Minnesota, huh, folks? We'll see if that happens. Probably not, but Green Bay could probably use him, or Tampa. Next game, San Francisco at Chicago. Who do you have winning this game?
I got San Francisco winning this game. Bears, they just got too many issues for me to be able to pick them against a team like the San Francisco 49ers, who, although they got some of their own problems, they're a more complete team than the Bears right now, and they're led by Kyle Shanahan, who's a lot better than Matt Nagy.
Okay. Logan has Chicago winning this game. That could be an interesting finish. Both teams can easily win this game, but at the same time, I have picked San Francisco 49ers to win this one. Just the sole fact that, like John said, they look like the overall better team. They're more, I guess their offense is looking a lot better than the Bears' offense. Their defense is obviously looking a lot better than what it has in the past. And also, Chicago is out Khalil Mack this Sunday, so that I think is a huge miss, or a huge, whatever you want to call it, out for the Bears. Because he's a staple of that defense. But I think their corners should be just fine. But like I said, and John said, Niners are going to win this one. So next game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Who do you have winning this one?
Very interesting game, but I got Cleveland. Even Logan was saying that Baker might be playing Sunday.
Yep, he is.
And you know, it worries me for him, but even if he ends up not being able to play the full game or not playing come game time, this team can win with a backup quarterback, Case Keenum, because they got a great run game. That the team is centered around that offensive line, who's probably the best in the league right now.
Youngest in the league almost, I think.
They're incredible. They can do pretty much anything with that offensive line that they got.
Yeah, Logan and me both have Cleveland as well. I mean, this is going to be a fun game. I think Pittsburgh has the opportunity to obviously bounce back. This is going to be one of those games where any outcome can possibly happen here. But I have Cleveland again. Baker is starting. Like John said, he's worried. I'm also worried because I think once this injury was actually announced, where it was like some type of labrum, shoulder injury, I said, well, what if he actually like lands on it and re-aggravates it, makes it worse? Well, that actually happened. All right, I mean, he fucking torn his labrum, dislocated his shoulder. Man couldn't play last week. Case Keenum stepped up against the Broncos. I think they did struggle, but at the same time, it was super, super windy in that game. So Cleveland's looking really solid on offense. They have Nick Chubb back this week, and him and Dearness Johnson are going to look, I think, going to be a really, really good 1-2 punch with the absence of Kareem Hunt. But also that defense, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, I mean, they are freaks out there. Man probably is not going to wear, not going to go sleeveless, obviously, back-to-back drug tests for him, or PED tests, whatever you want to call it. But Cleveland's probably going to win this one. All right, folks. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles at Detroit Lions. Who do you have winning this one?
I got Detroit taking their first win this week against Philly. You know, Philly, they're such a weird team. I feel like there is talent, there is pieces that they have, but I'm looking at this game as Dan Campbell versus Nick Sirianni. And wow. Both quite the characters, but I'm going with Dan Campbell on that battle right there.
Logan also has Detroit. Now, I, on the other hand, picked Philadelphia to win this game. As much as, you know, the Lions stink and stuff, I still have some hope from them. They're a really hard fighting team. We've seen that the last couple weeks, at least, I think. I mean, coming right off the bat against the Rams, fucking onside kick, fake punt, they get them both, and they're really trying to put points to the board, really trying to get a win. And I think they have a little easier, obviously, opponent this week, but Jalen Hurts has been balling. And if he gets going early and they establish that run game, which I said would be an issue, and it's going to be an issue, but I think Jalen Hurts can can get it going well enough. Kenneth Gainwell is going to be playing. Miles Sanders is out. I think he's actually on the IR, going to be out till week 10, I believe, or something, or week 11, something like that. So that'll be a big one. But I still think Jalen Hurts in that offense is going to be able to outperform that Detroit defense, who, they're hit or miss, and when they miss, they miss big time. So I got the Eagles on that one. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. Logan has the Colts winning this one. John, who do you have?
I got the Colts as well. I think that they're going to keep that momentum going that they have with Carson Wentz. He's been playing well, and home field advantage. Tennessee is just one of those teams that are very inconsistent. They come off 2 huge wins.
Colts, just because they are on a hot streak recently, and T.Y. I think is back. Carson Wentz is playing some decent football. That defense is coming together, but that defense did lose Julian Blackmon, their safety. He's going to be out for, I think, the season. But Derrick Henry, that man, you got to find a way to stop him, and not a lot of teams can stop Derrick Henry. If he gets past that front four, like DeForest Buckner and Darius Leonard on that Colts defensive line, I think it's going to be a long day for the Indianapolis Colts. And Derrick Henry only gets better throughout the game. Yards per carry goes up every single quarter. So I got Tennessee winning this game. Julio Jones is out, but I think A.J. Brown will be just fine as well. I think his stomach problems have gone away, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, he played well last week.
Played real well, 120, I think, some yards, something like that. So expect a good game out of that one. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the New York Jets. Who do you have?
How can I pick against the number 1 team in the AFC right now?
Yeah,
Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to walk all over the Jets and win by 2 touchdowns at least.
Zach Wilson not playing. So who
is
they?
it?
Huh? It is Mike White, I think.
There's a Michael White from Corpus Christi, Texas. He's a battle rapper.
Oh.
Maybe that's who it is.
Maybe.
He wears a do-rag like that.
Does he? Yeah, it's fashion. It's a fashion statement out here, folks. You got to try it out sometime. You'll love it. But, just like he said, who they think going to beat them Bengals? Not the fucking Jets. Not going to happen.
No.
Mike White starting at quarterback. They need Zach Wilson in a big, big way. Cincinnati wins this one. Moving on to the next game. Another barn burner. Probably go down right to the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, maybe, probably. The Los Angeles Rams going to take on the Houston Texans. Who do you have winning this one?
Well, it was a close game last week with the Rams and the Lions. It's not going to be a close game again.
No.
They learned a lot of lessons, I think, last week, and they are going to walk all over this Texans team.
Yeah, and Logan has the Rams winning this one. I have the Rams also winning this one. I think even Houston knew the Rams are going to win this one because Tyrod Taylor's eligible to play. They're choosing not to start and having Davis Mills take the snaps, so I think they're going to let Tyrod rest it and saying, well, this one's probably not going to be within reach, so we'll just let you have this extra week, another bye week, if you will, or another injury reserve week for him to kind of get right. But, this one's set in stone. Rams are going to win. They're going to keep rolling. They're going to go to, 7-1 on the year, I believe. So expect the Rams to win that one. Next game, we have the New England Patriots going to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Who do you have winning this one?
I got the Chargers. A lot of people think that this could be a game that the Patriots win, but they have the 3 wins this year are against the Jets twice and the Texans.
Yep.
They ain't beating the Chargers.
No, Chargers have been playing really good football. Logan also has the Chargers winning. I also have the Chargers winning. I think John said it best. There's no way New England's going to stay in this game. If they do it, I think Bill Belichick can keep it close somewhat, especially if Austin Eckler is not playing. I think it's going to be tough for them to run the ball, especially dish the ball out when they want, do those little halfback screens and stuff. They're going to have to use the tight end a lot more, and I think that, what's his name? Oh, one of my coworkers has him on this team. But
Jared Cook.
Yeah, Jared Cook. There you go. Their tight end. They're going to have to use him quite a bit. And I think this is where Keenan Allen, Mike Williams get significant amount of reps. That defense is playing really, really well. They're flying around, hitting everybody. So New England might make it a game, but at the same time, at the end of the day, we all three think the Chargers are going to win that.
It'll be a 10-point game.
Yeah, probably. That's good. That's a good stepping stone, a good place to put that. All right, next game. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Who do you have winning this one?
Gino, you got to get it done. And I hope he does. Because if the Seahawks lose against the Jaguars, we got some big problems up there in Seattle.
Yeah, and I'll say a lot about the Seattle Seahawks. Like, they're going to have to figure some stuff out defensively, even though they got Jamal Adams, but they use him as like a defensive end. But both Logan and I also have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game. Look, Jacksonville's just dealing with some outside issues. Yeah, they're coming off that win before the bye week against the Miami Dolphins, I think. Who did they play last week? Jacksonville did not play, but yeah, so they had a bye last week, and then they went into, obviously, Miami. Yeah, Jacksonville, Miami, and they came out a win, so they're coming out of their bye week. But ultimately, I think Seattle, they're rolling. They're looking good. DK's going to have a game against those corners, so Seattle's probably going to win that one. Next game, we have the Washington football team traveling to take on the Denver Broncos. Who do you have winning this one?
Denver.
Okay.
They're one of those scrappy teams. And I think that they were let down last week by not getting that win against the Browns. I think they wanted that one bad. This week they bounced back, and they come over on top over Washington.
Me and Logan both have picked the Washington football team to win this one. I think Washington's defense is starting to pick it up a little bit, where I think, granted, Denver is getting Jerry Jeudy back, so they'll have their wide receiver room at full health. Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, so that'll be interesting to see how those guys mold together and if they can get clicking on the same page. But I'm just not sold on either Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater. We haven't seen Drew Lock play, but I just don't think they have the capability of, performing at a really, really high level when they need to. Teddy might at the same time. I just don't think he's going to. I think this defense, like I said, for the Washington football team is picking up pace. That defensive line is dangerous. Taylor Heinicke's he's balling. He can run the ball really, really well. But I think that's another game to keep an eye on. That's going to be a fun, close game, close matchup starting at 4 or 3:25 Central Time. So me and Logan have Washington. He has Denver. Next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to take on their division rival, second place, the New Orleans Saints. Who do you have winning this one?
Feels like a trap game.
It does.
But I'm taking Tampa. I can't pick against them. Just way too much firepower for that Saints defense.
Yep. Logan and I both have Tampa as well. That Saints offense, I think they're struggling. We've seen them struggle with not being able to hear against Seattle. It was a really slow-paced game, I think, for the most part. If Jameis gets going, he's going to have a good game, but he takes way too many chances, I think, down the field, and I think that's where Tampa Bay is gonna capitalize, even though they are out literally every single corner you can think of. I think Richard Sherman might be back in the mix of things, and if he is, that could be a game changer, but at the same time, it's like, is he going to be limited with his hamstring and stuff? But ultimately, like John said, Tampa has way too much firepower. Tampa Bay probably winning this game. Next game, Sunday Night Football on Halloween. We have the Dallas Cowboys traveling to U.S. Bank Stadium to take on the Minnesota Vikings, folks. Who do you have winning this game?
Dak playing or no?
He is questionable. I'd expect him to probably play. If not, it could be a game changer, but I'm pretty positive he's going to at least start the game.
I'm going to go with Minnesota here.
Okay.
And, if Dak is banged up, that's going to be the reason. And this is a primetime game.
Yep, Sunday night.
At U.S. Bank, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings using that momentum and making a really close game and finally come out on top of one of those close games.
Yeah, I think me and Logan have the Minnesota Vikings winning as well. For me, basically, I can't just go against Minnesota, even though this game was a tough choice because Dallas, they're a good team. They're rolling. They're 6-1 or 5-1, whatever it is. Only one loss on the year. So they're playing good football. Dak Prescott's obviously playing amazing, but without Dak, like you said, that's going to be interesting how that offense plays. And if he does play and then he only plays for one quarter, I don't think that's going to be enough for the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Minnesota Vikings, who have been playing in a lot of close games, have been looking really solid for the most part. There's some hit and misses here and there, but a
few games against Cardinals, what was the other one?
Bengals.
Cincy. Seahawks was one.
We beat the crap out of Seahawks. I think it was Ravens. We had a close one. Or no, Bears maybe. I have it up there posted. Oh, the Lions. We won by a field goal, kicked a field goal. I think if we clean up their coaching, Minnesota probably should win this game. But like I said, if Dak plays this whole game, it's going to be a nail biter. Kirk Cousins is playing good football right now. So is Dak. And I think Dak might be playing a little bit better. But tough one. Going to be a fun one to watch. I'll be decked out in this probably. Hopefully to get some. Or have to give out some candy. So, some kids over outside trick-or-treating and whatnot. So, hopefully I don't scare them away. But it is what it is. Last game, Monday, November 1st, we have the New York Giants traveling to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Who do you got?
Kansas City.
Logan has Kansas City, too.
Bounce back week. They need to get their shit together. Kind of worried about the Packers and Chiefs game, and not worried. We'll get to that once we get there, but this is when the Chiefs start turning things around, I think.
Yeah. So Logan has the Chiefs. I also have the Chiefs. I don't necessarily think they're going to completely turn it around. I think they're going to need some pieces, and I think maybe they're possibly going to be.
I think their offense will start playing cleaner football, maybe controlling the ball more, but their defense is ranked below 30 in almost every single category. 31
or 32, and I think that's where they might possibly be in the mix to possibly pull Xavier Howard from the Dolphins. I think that would be a big one. I mean, they are in AFC, but Xavier Howard wants a new contract. Chiefs might be able to afford him. I'm not 100% sure, didn't go check or anything like that, so I think that's where they're in the mix for that, but that offense probably is going to start clicking a little bit. Patrick Mahomes has made some boneheaded mistakes, and I don't think he makes those mistakes twice. Right? It's one of those things. They're going to start going. They're going to start going fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is going to do it for the show today. We made our game picks. We talked some fantasy football here and there for the Get Your Fix Fantasy Football League. We talked about last night's game. So, with that being said, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great Halloween. And you just got your fix. And also got mossed. Have a great one, folks.